Alrighty, and good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Finally, we're back. But dear God, we're back in the cold. To give you an idea of where we're at right now, I am up in the mountains just because I got a wild hair up my ass to go watch the sunrise up in the mountains right now. And I'll explain more about that here in just a little bit. It's honestly, even with gloves and full geared up, it's still just a little too cold to be outside to capture more of where I'm at right now. But for right now, just enjoy watching the sun with me, and I'll catch everyone once we start hitting the road again, or when it starts to warm up just a little bit more. Also, really quick side note, but really quickly, I just want to tag on this because this is yet again part of where I want to touch base on, and that's failures. Make sure every time that you go home after doing any kind of recording or photography or anything like that, just touch base, get the SD card out, and transmit the data over to a hard drive or something, because I just tried going through and making sure that some of my old footage was here, and I think the SD card is corrupted. If it is, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry hard. But anywho, we're gonna hop back to the time-lapse footage. Please enjoy. Yeah, it's fucking cold up here, but oh my God, it's just too fucking pretty up here. It really fucking is. I wish I could stay up here, but it just dropped down to 5 degrees, so I'm gonna get bouncing.
You can call me stupid. Listen, you can call me sheep. You can say I'm lazy. You can say I'm weak. You think that using her would get to me, and if you're right, then you're in trouble deep. 'Cause I won't break, no, I know I won't wait. You're in trouble deep.
So, the use of the old prop propellers, because of how screwed up they are, comes really handy for cleaning that. But, I have no clue how I'm going to get that chassis part done. This part really wouldn't be that hard, because all it is getting that little fucker back in place. Because what needed to be adjusted was that, because it popped out, and that's a fucking problem. Now what we're gonna
Put the front ones in first, kids, because then it's a hell of a lot easier in the long run of what needs to be done.
I need to also put the... I just wanted to thank DJI really quick for color coding this, because it's going to make it so much easier for me to put these propellers back on without actually having to look at any of the instruction manual. I'm still recoiling from today's failure, but we'll be getting into that here momentarily.
So if you haven't guessed what this video is about yet already, it's about failures and accepting failures. Now, the whole reason this video really came about wasn't because I crashed the drone, which is a story of its own, but it's actually because I came across a question that really pissed me off. And the whole reason it pissed me off is because it really showed how much the world has fallen from grace. And the question is plain and simple. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you try? Now, to most people, they're going to look at that question and be like, okay, that's really cool. They're asking plain and simple, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you try? But to me, it's asking, you know, how far are you going to allow yourself to not try and accept failure, which is the only way we can grow, in order to actually go do something in life? So, for instance, right behind me is the FPV drone from DJI. I picked that up literally to try it. I wanted to see if I could get over the motion sickness of the goggles, because I tried the Oculus Rift. The Oculus Rift really screws with me. It makes me extremely motion sick. But I needed to see if maybe that type of drone would be better than the other drone, which I've frequently crashed because I get oversensitive. I'm not actually seeing it. You know, it has to be an eyesight, blah, 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 blah. Looking at drones, you'll see all the bullshit surrounding it. Anywho, I don't believe that we should ever sit there and restrict ourselves from trying. Because to fail is what allows us to grow. We learn from failure. So the fact that this kind of question is actually circulating, and it's prevalent in our modern day society of, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you try? Why even try in the first place? Because you're not going to learn anything. You're not going to get any better about how you do it. You're only going to continue to fail and not accept it. If you don't fail, you're never going to get any better. And that kind of really, really upset me. Wow, ADHD brain there for a minute. Sorry. I know it's dust on the lens and it really upset me. But anywho, in order to progress in life, you have to accept failure. If you don't accept failure, you're not going to progress anywhere. You're not going to get better at what you want to do. You're not going to get better at photography, videography, writing, journaling, drawing, painting, anything that takes time, you're never going to get better at. Because in order to achieve those things, you have to fail. And when you fail, you're learning what not to do next time in order to become better. So this idea of trying something knowing that you can't fail really just needs to be taken out of this world, because it's creating an idea within your head that you can't achieve anything because you're not trying, because you're too scared to fail. Go out. Fail. You can always get back up. Here's the difference between failure and defeat. Failure is the end result of something that has happened but didn't succeed. Defeat is not being able to get back up. So you can always accept failure and continue to move forward, but the moment you accept defeat is the moment you can't get back up and try again. So I want you guys to sit here and think about that for a minute. Think about how if you sat there and you just accepted failure as defeat, would you have gotten where you are now? Or would you still be back where you left your past when you first tried? Anywho, if you like this video, please like and comment down below. And honestly, comment with something that you have failed on, but you're still working on becoming better. Because I'd really like to hear that from you guys. I'd like your input on something that you're trying to continue to fight for. And I will catch all of you in the next episode.